Today I'm going to show you how to avoid the post office's new $15 fee for items over 30 inches. This is a 34-inch poster, and I'm going to show you how to mail this and not pay that fee without violating any of the rules. Hey, it's Don. Today I'm going to show you how to avoid paying some of those new non-standard fees from the post office. Now I'm going to show you how to mail this 34-inch poster and avoid paying that $15 fee on this one. And then I've got a 27-inch poster here that I will also show you how to avoid paying that added $4 extra fee. Now this is a standard movie poster. It's 27 by 42 inches. One of the most common size posters out there. Most of the tubes that you'll get to mail these are around 30 some odd inches. So most of the folks, if you're mailing in a tube or a triangle, you're probably going to get hit mailing it that way for 15 extra bucks. Now you've got to understand that is for the length of the box, not the length of the item. Now that may sound strange to many of you if you haven't packed a lot of oddball items or figured out other ways to send things. The length of the item does not determine the length of the box. So just keep that in mind. Let's show you right now what I'm talking about. And again, I'm going to show you how to mail a 34-inch poster here and avoid paying the fee. You can go up even a little bit longer than this and still be able to mail it through the post office and still avoid that $15 fee. And again, it's the length of the box and not the length of the item that matters. And if you could play around with the dimensions of the item you are shipping it in, you can ship it under those actual requirements and not pay that fee. Now, I use a ton of yardsticks here. I love this metal one because I can cut stuff with it. But the old handy wooden one here, just to show you the length of this. This is a 27, it's actually 27.5 inches. So 27.5 by 42 is a standardized one-sheet movie poster and has been since like the 1910-20s. Rock concert posters and things all are based on that size. So it'll give you a lot of options for most posters to ship them under that 22-inch length there. Now this is another one. This is some charts. And as you can see, it's actually just over 34 inches. So this one's about 34.5 inches, this poster here. And again, I'm going to get this poster in under 30 inches, so I won't have to pay the fee. I know a lot of people will possibly use UPS or FedEx or something. I personally would never use FedEx, but a lot of people don't have that opportunity, or it's 20 miles from their house to actually mail one of these via UPS. They don't come to your house unless you pay extra or something like that for most people. Or you ship out stuff daily and have a business account with them. We do have a business account with UPS, but I still would rather just do it through the post office. Now what I've come up with is a box. I send them in a box. Now I'm going to give you a chance to see the dimensions. You can write them down yourself. Now this is just an example to show you. I didn't want to ruin one of my good boxes and cut off the top so you can see what's going on here. I've just got the sides and the back of the box. This is the dimensions of this box. You can alter this box to make it smaller by an inch or so. You don't really need it. I just did that just to give you an idea. But this will fit in here just like this, and that is it. This is the poster here. Now the dimensions again are 21 by 5, less than 22 inches. So this 27.5 inch poster is now able to go without paying the extra $4. Now you might think, yeah, all this cardboard may actually put it over the actual first class shipping option. That is possible though, I'm just telling you. Now this is just thick, junky cardboard. I'd never use this to mail it, but again, I just want to give you an example so you can see what you're working with here. Now you can alter the dimensions. So if I shorten it down from 4 inches to 3 inches, I can stick that inch onto the box somewhere else. It just can't be over 22 inches. Otherwise, you're paying $4 extra for this to go out. Now, if you do it thinner, all you got to do is either make some triangles or these little boxes here. You'll slide the poster through it and mount it down onto the box itself, and then you won't be able to crush the poster. So you can use a little thinner cardboard and then use these as protection. One last thing you can do as well with these sorts of boxes, if you're going to do a smaller size than I'm showing you here, at least not as wide, is to actually get some stickers. You can use your labels that you use to ship from and just put this end up sticker on this side and this side. That will force the post office, hopefully, to run them this way instead of setting them down where they can get crushed if they put something really heavy on it. If you send posters a lot, their crush rate hasn't been very good. They've been crushing a lot in the poster mailing tubes as well as the triangles. This way you're pretty safe. Another aspect too, you're thinking, well, you got to put a bunch of cushion in here. If the poster fits very closely, the only place you have to put cushion in this box protectant is on the edges. The edges where it touches the sides of the box. It's not going to be able to move around in there, so it's not going to need to be protected. All the extra space is cushion, so if something hits on here, it's not going to push any force on the poster. So believe it or not, these are extremely safe if you put the proper protection. A triangle will work better. You can just form a triangle out of some cardboard and then run 3 of them or so here. So one on either end and one in the middle. So when someone tries to push on the box, it's going to push down in the cardboard and it's not going to damage the poster. So that's what you're looking for. You do not need any other cushion in here. So weight-wise, you can get it down by lacking any cushion on the inside, as well as, of course, shortening the box. That gives you more room to put some supports in here, just a couple. These are super easy. It's just a strip of cardboard. You can buy the cardboard in strips to do it this way also. You can either make a box just by buying sheets of cardboard and just putting a top on it, or you can actually order them from a local manufacturer. It's honestly not that expensive. You might be surprised they already might make the sizes that you are looking for within an inch or so. As long as the length of the box isn't over 22 inches, you are not paying the extra fee at all. Now we can get the weight down to 15 3/4 of an ounce to mail one of these boxes with one single poster in it. That puts it at first class as well. Now I've also written on here the actual cubic feet. It's 0.9954 cubic feet. So that's all within the requirements too. So nothing about this box is going to be charged extra, believe it or not. It's just that simple. You just have to eliminate the length. Running it diagonal in a box will eliminate those extra fees and still allow you to ship through the post office without having to drive down or mess with UPS because of those added fees. So now on to the 34.5-inch poster here. Again, the limit is 30 inches. So any package over 30 inches is going to cost you $15 more. Again, doing the same thing, I've got the same basic principle here. This is the dimensions. You can see them very clearly. 27 by 24 by 4, and it's only 1.5 cubic feet. You can see I wrote down, it's actually, again, as I said, 34.5, and it will fit in here very easily. There's actually a little room extra, so I made it just a hair too big on this one, but that's the gist of it. And this is actually only 3 inches, but I've added in the extra one just to give you an idea. You can play around with these numbers. If it's an expensive poster, you can put some more of those little cardboard triangles or braces on here as well. You can double those up if it's something expensive. This saves you the $15. You will pay the $4 fee, though, for being over 22 inches. I don't see any way to avoid that. So if you've got a longer item and you don't want to have to pay the extra $15 fee for being over that 30 inches, you can run it diagonal in the box. There's a lot of items you can do this with. I know golf clubs would pretty much be out at that point because you'd be hitting over the 30-inch lengthwise. So it's got to be 30 inches or under to not have to pay it. And I would honestly shim it to make sure it's at least a ½ inch below. I would never run over 29.5 inches because there could be some argument. So this is the best way right here to avoid paying this. You're still going to pay, again, as I said, that $4 extra. If it's an expensive item or something unique, $4 extra is not going to kill you because every one of your competitors is going to be doing the same thing. They're going to have to ship it either with that $15 or they're going to understand that they can do it diagonally. So if your competitors are pulling down all their posters because they're worried about this, you may want to look into this option here. You may be one of the few people still selling posters and not paying the fees. So that's the way I'm playing it. That's the way I'd recommend those of you who can't go, can't get UPS, can't get FedEx. This is probably your best route to do it. Well, there we have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Have you ever asked yourself this question? Why do postal clerks get indigestion?
There are many reasons. I won't bother to list them. It's all the stamp glue we take into our systems.
I guess that's as logical as a man could get. But that's not the reason for their stomach upset.
It's from trying to read the American hand, illegibly written throughout the land.
This letter will prove exactly what we've said. The name of the city simply can't be read. Oakdale.
Oakfield.
Oakhurst.
Oak Park.
Oakwood.
Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa.